I want to show you something with what they call a sequential turn signal. Now, I've been troubleshooting a lot of electronic things on a 1992 Honda VFR. Now, this is a sequential turn signal LED, and they're very expensive. But on the VFR, if you can tell here, there's a 3-plug harness for the turn signal. There's green is ground, white is considered the running lights, and blue on the end there is the signal flasher. Now, I've taken a measurement with a voltmeter on all of these because I'm troubleshooting it. Green should be ground, so check all your grounds on your green. Make sure there's no break. Same thing with the headlight. On the headlight, white is the low beam, blue is the high beam. So all those things need to be 12 volts or 13 volts, somewhere around there, when the ignition turns on. Then you know that your front wiring harness is not shorted. I had to go through do all that. Now, because it's a running light and a sequential, let me power it up. Keep your eye on that right there. Keep your eye on that little thing right there. Here we go. Now it's on. It should be displaying that right there. You see that light? That little arrow right there has a bunch of LEDs. Now, unless you can open this unit, you cannot turn off that light because it's all integrated into 2 wires. So in order to get the running light, which in the back has also the LED signal, you would have to disconnect the back from the front so that when it starts to flash, the signal arrow will turn on. Now, if I wire this by putting a 3-prong on the end of this and going 3-prong right there with a hot wire on the both running light and the signal flasher, that harness right there, the middle one, will disconnect, and then the far one, the blue one right there, will flash. So when it flashes, there is no power on the middle one. It is cut off by the signal, the turn signal relay. So technically, if you want that arrow on all the time, you would just double up on there. But if you want to turn that arrow off and have your LEDs start to flash, then what you want to do is you want to disconnect it from the inside here, separate the two, and wire it separately. I hope that makes some sense. But technically, it will work if you double up on the hot wire with the 2 controlling the running light and the turn signal. And now also, if you're troubleshooting, I'm going to tell you right now, get sandpaper or a sanding stone and start sanding out every connector. I've noticed that every connector is corroded, and when I do continuity test on here, it's showing me irregular or intermittent readings. In other words, I'll take a reading and it may show continuity. I'll do it again, no continuity, breaking a wire infinite. Now when I go ahead and do the continuity on the signal relay, the starter relay, I got irregular or intermittent continuity or breaks in the line. It really boggled me until I sanded down and started taking all the corrosion out. And then I started getting positive and permanent measurements. So, I hope that explains why these turn signals are becoming such a headache. Now, I'd show you the reading, but I'm getting different readings from one bike to the other. This one's going from 6 to 3 volts. The other one is going from 7 to 1 volt when it starts to flash. So with an LED, it's not going to be an LED is not going to burn out. However, a filament bulb or incandescent will burn out, and HID or any other that have some type of filament will blow out. Alright.